Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us today to this webinar virtual meeting talk between ARPAS-UK, its members, and DJI. So my name is 𝗚𝗏𝘃𝗚 𝗟𝗶𝘀𝗀. I'm CEO at ARPAS-UK. ARPAS-UK is the non-for-profit trade organization representing the drone industry in the UK. I am thrilled, excited to welcome today DJI, and more specifically Freda Peng, who is working on the product side. She is head of overseas engineering of solutions at DJI. And Tingting is a senior manager for policy at DJI, and more specifically, she is engaged in drone policy discussions across Europe, including the UK. So with no further ado, let me share the floor with Freda. Freda, if you can unmute, and let's get the session started.
Yeah, sure. Thanks a lot, Annalise, for inviting us to have this opportunity to exchange with the members of the ARPAS-UK. So let me start sharing my screen. Go to the presenter mode. So I assume it's working already. Can you see? Yeah, great. So today, yeah, me and my colleague Tingting, we're going to share a little bit regarding the latest DJI Enterprise use cases, as well as also an overview of the product safety and security of DJI products presented by my colleague Tingting. So I will begin with an overall introduction for the DJI, our company, as well as the major drone applications, along with some latest use cases by our clients in the UK and Europe. So yeah, for me, I am leading the overseas solutions engineer team in DJI Enterprise. We're like a little bit like the pre-sales or solution sales role. So one of our key focus is also to communicate with our end users in the UK and other countries, and to continuously improve our product. So let me dive into the topics. So for DJI, we're actually right now the world's leading manufacturer of civilian drone technology. And we're actually also an international company with more than 14,000 employees worldwide. And innovation is our core work. Our vision is to trying to make the world a better place with our latest technologies. And we have different product lines, like what you can see here. The consumer drones have been used by a lot of individuals at their vacations or for hobby and recreation. As long as the professional drones like Inspire, or also the Ronin 40 and the other products, they're in the prosumer line. They were used by photographers and for filming, etc., for making the stunning films and the footages. We also have 𝗟𝘁𝘗𝗃 products, which are being used in the spraying and also by the farmers to increase their efficiency at work, as long as the enterprise products, which I'm going to talk more about for improving the safety of the law enforcement officers, and also they have been used by various industries for the commercial work. So this is like also a history of the overview of DJI Enterprise history. So the DJI company were founded in 2006. And we actually began the company by providing the flight controllers for helicopters and drones, because back at that time, there were no ready-to-fly or integrated drone. And it's actually only in 2012, we've brought the Phantom. That's one of the first ready-to-fly drones that the normal people can enjoy without doing a lot of DIY work. And then later, we've done a lot of improvements by adding the camera system, integrated cameras, vision positioning, and obstacle avoidance, and so on. And in 2017, we've started the DJI Enterprise division by introducing the 𝗚𝗏 200 series. That's one of our first products designed for the commercial work. And then ever since, we've started a lot of also iterations and improvements for our products. We've brought along the Phantom 4 RTK, which is a great survey and mapping tool for creating accurate maps and models with such compact size. And then also Mavic 2 Enterprise. And in 2020, we have also the iconic M300 RTK with the Zenmuse H20 series, so which is also setting another new benchmark for the commercial drones. In 2022, we've brought the first DJI Dock, which is a drone docking station that can be deployed at a remote site, and then it can be launched at another like location, which is maybe like kilometers away or even further away. And it's going to enable a lot of new possibilities for remote and automated operations. And this year, we also have the newer generation DJI Dock 2, along with DJI Modify and a few other new products. So in general, we've been keeping always the communication with our end users and trying to improve our products continuously. So here's also an overview of the current product lineup for the DJI Enterprise products. So you see here we have drones from the smaller drones like Mavic 3E to our flagship enterprise drone M350 RTK. And these are the payloads that can work mainly with the M350 RTK because it's like a swappable payload platform. And we also have softwares like DJI 𝗟𝗏, which is like a drone photogrammetry software, and also can process our LiDAR data. We have DJI Modify, which is a point cloud and also model retouching software, and FlightHub, which is like a fleet management and mission management platform that can work with our drones and the DJI Dock systems. And for the Dock series, like I mentioned, it's a remote drone docking station. You don't really need a pilot to go to the site. And in the other ways, like you can just have the remote pilot sitting in the office and flying and planning the mission remotely and launch the drone remotely. And then when the drone finishes the mission, it can go back to the docking station to charge itself. So that's pretty much for our current products. So yeah, I think what may be more interesting will be the latest DJI drone applications and the use cases. So I would like to share a little bit maybe more about inspections and the construction industry, because I guess maybe some of you have seen like news how drones could be used for search and rescue or for like by the law enforcement already at news. So here, first one is a case study how DJI drones have been used in the construction industry. This is actually the Everton Stadium, which is also a massive project in the UK. So DJI drones have been used by the main contractor, 𝗟𝗏𝘃𝗃𝗀, and in this job, in the construction of the stadium, to monitor and manage the project progress. So they're at the client, they're actually using the DJI M350 along with the L2, which is a LiDAR sensor, and to capture all the details. They use the drone with a LiDAR to scan the site, collect the data, and then process the data in the DJI 𝗟𝗏 software to create a point cloud shown on the right picture below. So those point cloud data can be used for example, like volumetric measurements and also project tracking. Specifically for this project, as I recall, they are moving a lot of earth, like 500,000 cubic meters of sand from the sea. So also a lot of work need to be done to track the progress and to understand how much work have been done in a certain period of time. So that's where the drones with the LiDAR sensor can play an important role. And if you're wondering how much accuracy that we can achieve with drones, so here's more detailed validation against the known checkpoints on the ground. So here you can see that the absolute error on the elevation direction would be about 3.7 centimeters. So this level of accuracy is actually giving the end user, like the construction company, a lot of confidence to utilize the drone data for their routine work. And here we also have like a screen recording of how the final deliverables that we can provide from drones look like. So this is exactly the point cloud that I was talking about. So you can see here, it's actually just millions of points with colors, and which represents how the structure looks and also the surrounding environments look like. And one of the unique advantages by using the LiDAR technology is like you can have those thin steel structures very like sharply and also represented in great details. But in other ways, like other traditional like photogrammetry methods, it might not be able to generate this kind of quality. So yeah, that's also one of the strengths for the LiDAR data collection. And the second case study is more about the inspections for the high-rise buildings. So here our end user Texaco is an asset inspection and surveying company. So they were actually contracted for a glass building and facade inspection of the Layton building in the center of London as part of the procedure of the final acceptance. So you can see here, the company, the end user, actually, they've used different types of drones, like from the bigger ones, DJI 𝗚𝗏 RTK with our professional photogrammetry sensor, the 23 times optical zoom camera, but also they've used like smaller drones for different type of work, like the Mavic 3 Enterprise and also the Mini 4 Pro. And with all those different drones, they've conducted in total 60 drone flights to completely document the building's condition in only 3 weeks. And according to the end users, they were actually saving like about 300,000 pounds and also 8 weeks of time by using this drone method, because you can imagine if they were using like traditional manual inspection way, it maybe involve a lot of rope work, also putting people in danger by working at height. So this is drone methods is kind of also a more safer way to do all the building inspections. So here we also have a short video.
We're currently working on a building on Leadenhall Street, London, doing facade glass inspection across the whole building, and it should span about 2 or 3 weeks, hopefully. We've been told by the client they're probably going to save about 8 weeks getting similar deliverables, but I suppose the benefit with drone systems is that we have coverage of the entire building. So if they have to come back for an inspection or if it's another problem, they can see if the problem arises kind of before or after the sign off the building. Today we've been using the M350 and we paired that with a P1 and the CSM radar just to give us better obstacle avoidance when we're going close to the building. And it also allows us to keep like a good separation away from the building. We're using this because it's a better alternative to some of the smaller systems. So we're getting the most detail we can while staying quite far away from the building, but still getting the desired detail on that side.
And next, also would like to share with you guys like 2 other case studies in the other European countries. The first one is for a bridge inspection, or also in other words, a kind of creating the digital twin of an ancient bridge. It's called the Alcázar Bridge in Toledo, Spain. So I think it was built in the Middle Ages, and in order to create like a digital twin for the bridge, we want to fly really close, like about only 5 meters away from the bridge. I guess you can imagine if we are using the traditional like manual drone flight, feature, it's going to be a really difficult job But luckily, from DJI side, we have created some new features. Like on the right side, you can see the prism flight route, as well as the facade mapping or the slope route function. So which makes this close range photogrammetry work much easier than before. And here I would like to show you also some quick screen recording of how the final deliverable look like. So you can see here, this is the details, really details for the different part of the bridge with some sculptures. And also it's actually using a combination of what I mentioned, the geometric route and also the slope route features, by getting all those details of the bridge. And with these drone data, it can, I think, also can be really helpful when the archaeology departments, they are trying to study the bridge and also make sure that we can have proper conservation and protection for the ancient buildings. The final one, I would like to share also a use case for the DJI's docking station. I guess also, drones have been used really a lot of times for the law enforcement and for public safety, for responding to different types of accident. But here, in this case study that happened in Iceland, so the civil protection team of Iceland, they're using also new technology, the DJI dock system, to respond to a serious or a volcano that happened to them. So here also, let's.
In November, we started to install our first DJI dock in the town of Grindavík. We use the docks to monitor the situation.
We are here in Grindavík right now, and we are checking on the dock. We have flown it about 300 times.
We put a siren and a strobe light on our Matrix 30T. In the case of evacuation, we can launch the drone and let people know that danger is ahead. We needed to evacuate Grindavík because of possible magma tunnel under the town.
Yeah. So I guess that's only a video clip of all the story, but I think you can also get the idea. By using the dock remotely deployed in the city, it can respond to the accident in a really timed fashion, and also without putting those law enforcement officers at risk. So it could be a new way for the public safety agencies to responding to different kinds of natural disaster like earthquakes or the fires, and also like these volcano and the other disasters. So it's also one of the latest technologies from DJI that has also a lot of potential in the other industries. So that's pretty much for my part. So next, I would like to pass on to Tingting to continue to talk about the data security.
Thank you very much, Freda. Let me also try to share my screen. Quick switch. Can everyone see now my screen? Perfect. Hello, everyone. My name is Tingting, and thanks again, Annalise, for the kind introduction and also for the invitation from ARPAS-UK for us to have the presentation here. I'm in charge of our policy and regulatory engagements here in the UK and also in EU. In the following 20 minutes, I would walk you through a little bit more on the other parts of the presentation today, mainly on the product security and safety, and also afterwards to explore what kind of opportunities that we can collaborate together with our fellow members of the association altogether. So as we all know, as safety and security are the shared priorities across the whole entire drone community. And at DJI, we also take these priorities very seriously. especially when it comes to ensuring data security. And we understand that also from the enterprise community, this is also very important. So we hold a principles-driven approach to this topic. As in the slides, basically this is a very brief summary of what we have been holding as principles. As first of all, we think that transparency and education is very important for our end users to fully understand how the data is being handled. And we also make it as a priority to make sure that our data management system and also the information is easily accessible to all the end users. Secondly, we also committed to give our users full control of their data. That's also why we continue to expand the privacy controls buildings in our products across different drones that we have in the market. And our customers have the ability to manage and also protect data as we evolving to also continuing to work on that front. The third pillar to this principles is independent validations, and to ensure that we are also meeting the highest standards in the industry, we regularly conduct third-party audits, as we might have seen, or some of our colleagues have seen the reports in different websites. Since 2017, we have international cybersecurity experts conducted multiple independent assessments of our products off the shelf. And we believe this is also an essential part of our commitment to maintain the top-notch security standards in our practices. Last but not least, the community collaboration is also one of the important part of our work, as we actively engage also experts, enthusiasts, and also other members from the community to have the feedback and also suggestions, so that we stay ahead of all these emerging security challenges as we may see. And in the next few slides, I will go a little bit more deeper into what these principles actually entail in the technical measures that we have put in the products, and also what kind of extra steps that we have also taken to support our community as well. So this, like for the data security measures, we have been putting in both hardware and firmware. And as we seen that our products are equipped with the FIPS certified core crypto engine, which is the US Federal Information Processing Standards, which is also a widely recognized standards in the industry, and also the 𝗏𝗏𝗏 series secure engine as well. In most of our, especially the enterprise products, such as M300, M350, etc., they all use the Cortex-A series processor. In the firmware, or from the firmware side, we also have multiple, I would say, a quite wide range of technical features embedded in our products as well. As I outlined here in the slides, we have the secure boot as one of the key features to protect the softwares, especially that to avoid that unauthorized software being run on the devices. We also have the secure key management features on all our products. So basically all the product keys, especially used for securing communications and access to the devices, are handled properly. And the products are also using the secure engine, which has been also certified by the FIPS standards 140/2. Last but not least, we also have the secure storage devices on the DJI products, which employs security mechanisms to protect sensitive data, especially the cryptographic keys and also serial numbers from unauthorized access. When it comes to, for example, flight logs or system data or personal user information, we trying to make sure that all these data are safeguarded against any external threats or tampering. Another critical aspect when it comes to data security is the communications between the drones, the remote control, and also any connected devices. So on DJI products, we use 𝗚𝗏𝘁, which is our proprietary DJI protocol that for the transmission protocol built in with the security features as well, designed to protect the data throughout the entire communications process. And also for the control link, which carries like the important commands between the operators and the drone, is encrypted as well with the AES encryption standard, which is also widely recognized in the industry as well. We also offer a few other options to our end users, especially when they have different levels of data security needs and also requirements. To name a few examples here, first, for example, that when in the initial steps of setting up the DJI account in the products, we offer the users different security modes to choose from, for example, the standard mode, restricted network mode, and also local data mode. This is very much verified to tailor the level of security based on the needs of the users. And the greatest thing is that as an end user, you can easily toggle between all these modes at any time based on the needs. So you can have full control over the level of security of the operations. The second was the fly and update the drone offline option. So as end users, operators, they also have the options to download the maps updates, firmware upgrades, and also unlock the geofence zones while remaining offline. So this option is also to offer the end users have this security review of the updates before they apply to the drones, and also this could be uploaded via the SD card as well. The other two options that we have offered also to our end users, including the encryptions of the drone data, which is also one of the, I would say, the key protections to the data from, especially from unauthorized access, as you can add like the security code to the drone, which again, our products employs the AES 256 STS encryption standards, and also every time when the encryption key is generated, it's generated also randomly, make sure that the files remain completely private and secure. We also have the options for the end users to clear all the devices data via the settings in the DJI Pilot app, as you can see in one of the screenshots on the left-hand side. So by basically tapping the clear all drone data, the end users can easily erase all the data on the devices, including the drone log, the payload log, and also remote controlled logs. As I mentioned, we have been also doing a lot of independent validations, reports and audits as well since 2017. As here is actually some of, I would say, an overview of the reports that we have by different entities and also third-party audit agencies. This is also, I would say, essential steps for us to make sure that the security measures that we have been taking or have taken is fully aligned with the industry's best practices, as well as also effectively protecting the end users' data as well. And just also to quickly sum up here, as I mentioned, as DJI, we are always deeply committed to safety and security, and this is remain the core of our values in all our daily practices. And we have been actually the first manufacturers in the industry to introduce built-in user privacy controls, and also launch the bug bounty program to invite the other members in the industry and also in the community to share comments and also recommendations, as I mentioned. And we have been also proactively submitting our products for the independent security audits. And as we have been repeatedly mentioned in different venues as well, that data is not our business. So as the drone users of the DJI products, they have full control of their data. All the information that I just mentioned in the previous slides could be found in our DJI Trust Center if you haven't really come across this yet. And also earlier this year, we have published our latest version of the drone security white paper, which is also downloadable on DJI website as well.